So my buddy Hayden has just started his videography and photography business. He's a young guy, he just got engaged, and he's never used Flash before. So this is his first night. I'm gonna go up to the gym, give him some tips, and I wanted to bring you guys along. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man?
Doing, bro? Good to see you.
Oh, that's a nice camera strap you got there. Is that a Maven strap?
It is indeed.
So everybody, this is Hayden Baldwin. He is one of the coaches here at Mechanic CrossFit. My understanding is you have a portrait shoot tonight with you have your fiance and you have your sister.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, the camera you're using, and what is this shoot for?
I've just got the Rebel T5i Canon.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing just a couple good movement pictures. So to show how you should be in a certain CrossFit or Olympic lifting movement.
Okay.
How you should start your pull-up, how you should be in the bottom of your squat, so you can kind of look and see the angle and what you should look like in those positions.
What is this going to be used for, if you don't mind me asking?
It's going to be used for the website, just so you can kind of have a little bit of hey, here's some information for you.
Okay, so we don't need super high resolution pictures. You have a T5i with an 18 to 55. You got a circular polarizer on there?
I do.
Okay, let's take that off. And I have brought a speed light for you. I brought an 600 EX RT. That is a radio transmitted flash. I also bought the transmitter for it so we can get off-camera flash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you start, and I'm going to make suggestions as we go. So why don't you go ahead and get your first couple shots, and let me watch what you're doing, and then I'll start tweaking things for you.
All right, sounds great.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think about that?
I think it's a little, I don't like the glare in the back. I mean the paint.
Yep. Okay.
I think it's a little bit blown out. The skin tones don't look really natural.
So I'm going to grab a flash and a transmitter. So we're going to try it again. Show us what you got. You got the speed light on there. Go ahead and turn it on. Take a couple steps forward. This is on ETTL. That means through the lens evaluating. He's just going to fire a pre-flash. It's going to measure it. It's going to come back into the camera and then determine the settings that'll happen in an instant. Go ahead and hop up. Or just one or two. Okay, so what do you notice about that? Does that look about the same?
The skin tones look better. They're a little whiter, not so red and peachy looking.
Okay, so what we want to do is, this is very flat because we have light coming out straight at her like this. It makes her look flat, it makes the wall look flat. So what we want to do is we want to get the flash off of the camera.
Okay.
So this is a transmitter that is going to communicate with the flash. This flash is kind of expensive, but there's knockoff versions and stuff. So I want you to do it again, except this time I'm going to hold the flash off to the side like this.
Okay.
Now there is a problem with this, and I'll show you in a second.
Go ahead and
What do you notice about that?
I like the shadows, contrast. It puts a big shadow behind her.
Yeah. Okay, what I want you to do on this one, Hayden, is kind of zoom in a little bit closer on her face, maybe from waist up. I want to show you something super important, okay? So focus on her about like this. All right. Okay, now you see how things are starting to change? It's different. See how that looks different? Zoom in on her face. So you see this hard shadow here. See how it's hard?
Her nose.
So hard shadows come from small light sources. So if we want soft shadows on her face, we need a large light source. So there's a couple different ways we can do that, starting with a small. The first is a bounce card. So I'm gonna go get a bounce card.
Okay.
You can get these at Walmart for like $3. We're gonna take this guy. This is gonna become the new light source.
All right.
I'm gonna hold it about 45 degrees off of her like this. And I'm gonna point the flash at this. So this is it's a bounce flash. It's gonna bounce off of this.
All right.
So try that again. Yep. Does that look different?
Very different.
Let's see it.
Much softer on her eyes.
So
her face.
So how would you change this?
I would bring it more forward so you don't have half of the face illuminated while the other half isn't.
Okay. So another thing I would recommend doing is getting her off the wall.
Okay.
I don't know if that one's too tall. Maybe this one right here.
All right.
So this way she's not straight against the wall.
Okay.
And another thing I would recommend is bumping up the flash power. So we're gonna change the power of the flash, and let me remove this guy. Okay, so Hayden, we're gonna switch. I'm gonna take the camera from you. You're gonna do the bounce card to help me out. I like to shoot at about 75 to 80 millimeters when I'm shooting people because it's more flattering. Count of 3, 1, 2. Okay, I want you to get closer, Hayden. A lot closer. There you go. And count of 3, 1, 2. Did it fire? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we'll bump the ISO up. You're at 200. Do another one. Count of 3, 1, 2. That's starting to look pretty good. We're just starting to. Okay, so take a comparison between this and your first picture.
Okay.
So take a look at that one as it compares to the first one you took.
Wow.
Does it look a little different?
Much different, yeah. You can tell the distinction between the foreground and the background. There's no super hard lines anywhere.
Soft shadows, very soft shadows. That's a flattering, that is something that you can put on a website and feel good about. Now I need to show you something that's pretty amazing. Okay, these are the 3 rules of lighting. So your ISO and aperture, we're gonna control ambient light and reflected light.
Okay.
Shutter speed will only affect ambient light.
Okay.
Shutter speed does not affect flash in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. So basically, if we're shooting if we're doing a long shutter speed and it's too dark, you want to have flash, we'll do this. Use a slower shutter speed. It soaks more light onto the camera.
From the ambient light.
Yeah, the ambient light. It has no effect on the flash.
Okay.
Flash power and distance control the exposure of the flash. So at first you were a little far away, and then I had you come a little bit closer, and that increased her exposure.
Okay, because the light source was closer to the subject.
That's right. I can also, most flash systems, light systems, you can increase it on the flash itself.
Okay.
So that is how you balance the ambient light in the background with the reflected light. It's very important.
Pretty simple rules, but very important.
Super important. Okay, so what I want you to do is, let's test it out real quick.
All right.
Let's do the shot again, but this time I want you to use a longer exposure.
Okay.
And make the background brighter.
Brighter.
Yeah, you're gonna make the background brighter.
Okay.
So you're gonna stand where you were, or stand where I was. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna do it again. And I wanna prove to you that you can make it brighter. Okay, this is 1/30th. You gotta hold it as still as you can, but
real still.
Okay. But I wanna prove this to you so you can see it.
Ready? And 3, 2.
Take a look at that.
Much brighter.
Use a much faster shutter speed now.
Okay.
So like, go 1/250th of a second.
3, 2.
Take a look at the background now.
Now that looks like kind of the intense, contrasty look.
Is that what you want to go for?
That's what I'm going for.
Okay,
yeah.
so do you want to get a full body shot like that, or are you happy with that one?
Yeah, I want to see the curvature.
Okay, let's do it. So in less than 10 minutes, we've learned a lot about the basics of Flash. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know with a thumbs up. And if you're looking to learn more about lighting, I have excellent courses on speed lights, as well as lighting in general, as well as most DSLR and mirrorless cameras. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.